Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Musgrave Hill for our post-sectional of the men's single by Gold Coast Tweed Media Team and by Bowls Queensland, Experienced Gold Coast and the Queensland State for Change. They are a major sponsor of the Bowls singles. We'd like to thank them very much for their support. You can become a Containers for Change partner and start recycling containers with their free bins and collections. Every empty container can earn your Bowls Club 10 cents to help fund social functions, new equipment, donations to charity and more. You can find out about Containers for Change on their website. We'd like to thank the host club, Musgrave Hill Bowls Club, for making their facility. Robert wearing the maroon and blue, and Brett wearing the traditional green of Helensvale. No wind to speak of today, but it is showery, and forecast is for showery all day with some sunny intervals. Robert has the mat and takes off down the clubhouse side immediately on his forehand. Good morning, Robbie. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Adam. Good, thanks, and thank you for coming in today. Brian's doing a few presidential duties around other clubs this morning, so he's left it into our hands.
This should be quite a good match. Both Robert and Brett are emerging players on the scene. Brett is originally from South Tamworth in New South Wales, and only recently moved up to the Gold Coast. And as you can see, both players are in pretty good form. The first three bowls of the match pretty much smack on target. Brett is using Aero Optima bowls. He's only been bowling for 3 years. He's also got quite a pedigree already. He's a winner of the Division 6, it was, pennant flag with South Tamworth last year. He's the current singles club champion at South Tamworth. And he won the 2023 New South Wales Rookies, which is quite a feat, where all the winners of the 16 zones come together for sectional play, then semi-finals and finals. And that's a very good event to win. So Brett obviously picking up the sport extremely quickly. Again, coming down on his forehand. Looks to have one shot at this stage. Just a little short with his previous. So Robert will be trying to play through those front yellow bowls. Perhaps trying to drag it back for a couple if possible. Looks to be a little wide. And is knocked into Brett's bowl, but I believe that was already shot in any instance. Brett with his final bowl, trying to add to his tally.
I noticed, Adam, that most of them have found their line pretty quickly on that forehand side, coming down this way.
Yeah, very good. That's the hand that's been causing havoc with a lot of the players the last 2 weeks during these championships. So we've kicked off 1 to Brett, Goodchild. This match is timed 2.5 hours and 21 up. So first to 21 shots is the winner, and we'll progress to the round of 32. So we have the round of 32 after this match, and then we'll also have a further round, the round of 16, and then tomorrow we'll be into the quarters, semis and the finals of both the men's and women's singles events.
Yes, the men are also today at Southport. There's a group of 16 players there and 32 players at Robina. So at the end of today's play, there'll be 2 players left here, 2 at Southport and 4 players from Robina. They'll all converge here tomorrow morning with the the ladies who will be playing semi-finals and finals tomorrow. Just 2 rounds for them tomorrow.
Terrific. I believe they're at Broadbeach today.
No, they're at Benoa today.
Benoa.
The
Women are
Benoa.
at Benoa. Okay, so looks like Brett's going to play around the clock here. So he's going forehand both sides.
Pretty handy sort of start.
Pretty handy start. And Robbie, how did you go yesterday? I know you obviously didn't get through your section, but did you put some good ones down?
I had the odd 1 or 2 good ones that were really back on the old Magic sort of days. But yeah, the rest of it, I struggled a little bit yesterday. My back's still a bit sore. And yeah, it was just hard getting down for the delivery timing part of it. So
Yes.
But I had a good day out. It was nice to get out on top of the grass instead of sitting behind a screen.
Absolutely. I enjoyed it too yesterday. I was down at Robina, and I must say the greens down there were magnificent. Brett's come through again on his forehand. A very good bowl to hold 1. He's about 8 inches short of the kitty. And Rob coming down, same hand again. Great heading, but perhaps just a little light on.
Yeah, just a tad short, but once again, a good line. These guys have picked the line up very quickly, Adam. It's really good to see. But the greens here, Deans and Jack have got them running pretty sweet.
Absolutely. Brett just a little light on with his third bowl. Opportunity here for Rob to draw the shot. As you say, Robbie, they've got their line pretty quickly.
Yeah, normally you see people sort of searching for a line, especially we've had a bit of moisture overnight and it's drizzly now. You normally find them sort of just searching for that line, but gee, they've picked it up so quick. It's really good.
Okay, Brett Goodchild with his final bowl, trying to make it 2 shots. Lovely grass. Just being probably a little careful there not to knock Rob's last bowl in.
Yeah, Rob's got an advantage, an opportunity of maybe coming in that forehand. A little tickle on the jack, bring it back about 6 inches and make a couple of shots. That's what he'd be looking for. He's also got the opportunity of, if he was a little bit tight, coming in and lifting his own bowl up, which is going to happen here by the look of it.
Yeah, he played very good weight there, just a tiny bit tight. 1 more to Brett. Just a little bit of information about Rob Norquay. He's a member of Northern Suburbs Bowls Club, the Phoenix. Was previously at Windsor. He's been bowling for 12 years and he uses Drake's Pride Conquest bowls. He's had a fair bit of success at the Australian Open, making the 2022 round of 32 and also the round of 32 for 2022 and the 2023 pairs at the Australian Open. And I note last year they were defeated by Aaron Sheriff and Aaron Tees on a measure. So Rob has coming out of some good form in recent years. And similarly to Brett, he was also, when he took up bowls, was down in New South Wales at the Coogee Bowls Club, and he was a runner-up in the New South Wales Rookies as well. Okay, so Rob coming down on the backhand, which, as those that have seen a lot of the bowls here over the previous fortnight will know, is probably the more consistent of the hands. Brett following him down with nice grass.
And Rob will make the adjustment on this one. He's only about a metre over, so looks to be a better line this time too. Even with the dampness of the day, it's still swinging nicely on that hand.
Absolutely, that's a good bowl. Grabs a touch. Yeah, despite a bit of the drizzle overnight, there's still a lot of finish on that hand, Robbie.
There is, yep. It's a very, very kind hand.
Brett going back to the forehand, trying to get around his bowl and into the jack or Rob's bowl. And he's done the old trick of going through the gap.
Very good effort. He gave his bowl a chance, reached the head. Just a little bit unlucky that he didn't catch that blue bowl of Rob's a little bit squarer.
Another good bowl from Rob. Good to see both players playing with good weight early on. We have not seen many short bowls as yet. Brett again on the forehand will be trying to draw this pretty cold. It's a great effort here. Looks to have drawn the shot. Yeah, great bowl from Brett. It is close. Vivian, our marker, is in to give Rob the news if he's down or up or if it's too close to call. And it's too close to call. But she favours Rob as being one down. So Rob will be looking to draw just inside his back bowl. Looks like he's going big, however. He's taken the shot bowl out, so that'll be one shot to Rob.
Yep, so he opens his account.
Both on the board. Great to see a good number of people already tuned in on YouTube and Facebook through Bowls Queensland site and the Gold Coast Tweed site.
And g'day to all those ones out there commenting on Facebook. There's so many of them there actually at the moment to name them all, but just to name one or two. Vince Calabrese, good to see Vince Vaughn, he's a regular every day. Mary Ingram from Fife, g'day Mary. I'll let you go through the others, Adam, while I get these cameras changed.
Vince Calabrese down in Sydney at Austral Eagles Bowls Club. Good on you, Vince. Go those Belrose. Go the Belrose Bulls. Derek from Gloucester in the UK. Brandon Woods. Stevie Bell. Yeah, I'm sure Robbie could do with a hand today, mate. You're very welcome to come up. I've got to duck away later and play club singles.
Yes, anybody who's willing to come in and give us a hand today, be much appreciated.
And Mick, I know you're missing your mate Brian today, but yeah, I'm sure he wishes you all the best down there at Long Bay. Good start again here from Brett. Drawing just behind the jack. Puts pressure back onto Rob immediately. A little tight there. Just for those interested, we had some pretty big names miss out in the men's section yesterday. Ryan Bester went down to Jason Grundon in a very tight match. Scotty De Jong went down in a very tight match. Though Scotty, I do know he was fairly worn out. He's been on the green all but one day in the last 15, I believe. He'll be looking forward to putting the feet up today, although I'm sure he wishes he was still playing.
Good bowl here from Rob.
Great bowl, great adjustment there from Rob. Front resting touch, trailed it through just a couple of inches. Brett will probably be just trying to nudge that and push it back towards his two bowls. G'day Josh Beattie, doing the cards today at Windsor.
Here's our roving reporter Josh. He could have been letting us know what's happening up on that other green up there. I'll try to keep some updates every now and again when I get the opportunity.
Another good bowl from Brett Goodchild. Rob coming in on the forehand again. Doesn't want to nudge his front bowl too much. He's just come under it, and his bowl's finished in a very good spot. So Brett will be just coming in here and just trying to nudge the shot bowl. Probably the backhand will be the safer of the options.
Yes, I think you're right on that one, Adam. Just underneath his own yellow bowl there. You can just tap that crack an egg on that blue bowl, set it to the side there, and maybe just get that jack sprung maybe 6 or 8 inches, and might hold a couple there.
Absolutely. Both players showing good form already, Robbie, and especially Brett has only been bowling 3 years, got a very good action, and he's going to be one to watch down at the Helensvale Hawks the next few years.
Yeah, nice.
Good effort, good. Yeah. Just a little wide on that hand. So we've got a good match warming up here already at 2-all after 4 ends. We've got viewers calling in already from New Zealand, Wales, Scotland, England, California, Redlands Lawn Bowling Club in California.
Awesome, yep. That's Mo, I believe.
Good on you, Mo.
Pedro, yes, Mount Larkham is a little bit too far to come down and commentate Pedro, but yeah, if you have a quick helicopter ride, you'd be here in time.
Okay, Rob sticking to the wider hand. Again, looks to have pretty good weight first up. Very good opener.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Rob.
No, I was just going to say, Mo's just said there, you honour me by remembering my name. Well, Mo, we try to keep in touch with all the ones who are regular commenters on our streams, and we do appreciate all of the efforts people have to take the time to commentate and let us know they're there.
Yeah, it's good to see that the coverage is going far and wide, Robbie. Good to see Mary tuning back in from Fife, up the road from St Andrews, my favourite place.
And talking about Mary's, is Mary Forster. She's over. The Eagle has landed, was the wording on the email I got last night. So Mary's over here now for the AO, and I believe she's going to pop in and see us this morning sometime.
Terrific.
It's always good catching up with people year after year when they come across for the AO.
Yes. Yeah, there's a sort of sense of excitement already as we have a bit of a break next week, but then we have the Blue Diamond Pairs at Broadbeach and the Matador Fours. 2 very prestigious events with some marquee players in both events. Brett coming in on the forehand. This looks to be
very
good direction. Terrific bowl.
Yeah, lovely. Let's see if I get a side view of that one for people.
So Vivian Amarco indicating to Rob that he's 1 down. He'll probably be looking to come onto his front bowl and nudge that out somewhat with a couple of rolls. Looks to be heading in the right direction.
Just a little bit thin.
Yeah, a little bit narrow for that weight.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Could have knocked that one in for another shot for Brett.
So Brett's walking up to the head here to have a look. He may well have 2. Either way, his bowl will probably be to come onto that wider one of his to nudge it in if it is not, in fact, counting.
Just looking at that side view, Adam, I believe it's only the one shot. The blue bowl looks to be a little bit closer than that middle yellow one you see in the inset.
I'd have to agree with you, Robbie.
Still very hard to tell on the angles of the cameras, but I'm picking that it's only the one at the moment. Brett will be looking at just coming in, lifting that front bowl of his up, or just coming underneath and pushing the blue through. Just a bit wide for that shot.
It's a fine effort, as you say, just a tiny half a bowl wide.
Yeah.
Fine effort. Both players putting down some ripper bowls already. Still a bit drizzly. It's going to be on and off all day. It does appear to be clearing a little to the southeast, so we shouldn't have rain for too much longer here.
I'll bring up the map very shortly and we'll have a quick look at it.
Okay, measuring for a second.
There's the map there. You can see we're just to the left of where it says Southport on the map there, and just a little scud going through at the moment.
Brisbane is about to get a bit of drizzle. So 2 shots in fact. 2 shots in fact to
Yep.
Brett. Was very close, so 4-2 in favour of Brett Goodchild. Just some of the other matches in the men's first of all today. Some interesting matchups. Luke Turner playing Daniel Knight here at Musgrave Hill. Robbie Hammond and Jared Davies will be a great match. Joe Franzi playing Jason Grundon, who knocked out Ryan Bester yesterday. Have Kane Nelson, who's had such a great event all through these championships, playing Brett Carroll. Anthony Burnell, former Australian player, playing against Damien Delgado. Dean McWhinney versus Gary Pearson will be an absolute cracker. Kobe Barton, who had 2 terrific wins yesterday, 2 wins with a plus 36 margin, playing Musgrave Hills Phil Jordan. So Dolphins versus the Pelicans there. That'll be a great match as well. Johnny Grabach versus blocker Steve De Jong. We see Chris Rosanis still in the event. Clinton Bailey playing Red Edwards. Roger Stevens playing Dale McWhinney Shillington. Samuel Collier playing Ian Law. Samuel got me yesterday 21-20 with some amazing bowls under pressure. I held match twice and he came in with the last bowl.
Wow.
Terrific young bowler.
Yeah, no, he's playing pretty well at the moment, Sam is.
And Sean Baker also got through. Maxi Jaffray just keeps performing. He got through. As did John Balzarolo from Coolangatta. So we'll get news later in the day on how those matches have fared. But meanwhile, back to this one. Brett Goodchild started with 2 very good bowls again. Rob's got an option here of being a little aggressive, although he is to be at least 2 down, probably 3. So he really does need one in the head. He's playing a swinging shot, maybe a bit tight on that line.
It was nice controlled weight. It was just a little bit narrow coming out on his hand there. So.
Brett playing a defensive bowl here to cover the back in case Rob does.
It's a very good bowl.
Very good bowl. Split the 2 backs of Rob's. So probably 3 down here, Rob. This one looks to be a little better grass, but has he the weight? Just running under. May well be 3 shots to Brett. And indeed it is. 3 shots to Brett Goodchild from the Helensvale Hawks. Now leads Rob Norquay from the Northern Suburbs Phoenix 7-2. Dave Stockham wants to know, Robbie, if you're going to be streaming the Broadbeach pairs or fours.
No, we haven't been contracted for that. I do believe that somebody there is going to be doing some streaming, though, for it.
Yep.
I think Barry's organised, Barry Lester's organised somebody there. So.
Okay, so there should be something on...
We get 3 weeks off now, Adam.
Wonderful.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
The last
Well, you deserve a bit of a break, Robbie. You've been...
18 out of the last 19 days.
Yeah. You've done a marvellous job
and
too.
4 of them in 4 venues, 4 different venues, and then the last... this is the 13th day here at Muzzy. We've got 1 more day left. So.
Yes. Finals day tomorrow. Always a great day at the state championships with both the ladies and men's singles coming to a close. Okay, Brett's really putting some pressure on Rob here. He's opened up with another great first bowl.
And the game of singles too, Adam. Those first 2 bowls, the lead bowls, if you can nail the head, it does put a lot of pressure on the opposition.
Absolutely. Okay, the women's singles today. We've got, they're into the post-sectional, trying to get down to the last 16. Got some good matches, Chloe Stewart and Summer Barron.
Morning, Mary McAnuff from Newry Island.
Caitlin Inch will be playing Debbie Logan. That'll be a great match. Bolivia Milrick playing Emma Rowbottom. Heather Hodgson and Lorraine Callahan. And Serena Matthews, her pairs partner, playing Carmen McCluskey. Gail Crompton playing Pauline Laverty and Kate Leverton playing Emma Spicer. So we've got some great women's matchups too. Brett just coming again on the forehand, sitting 2. Pressure back on Rob.
And just in a reply to Mo over in Redlands, we have 3 games today, Mo. We have this one, we have the round of 32 and the round of 16.
Very good shot there from Rob under pressure. Flicks the jack out to just in front of the 6-foot line. Brett's having to change hands. And they'll be bowling here on grass that's been unused yet, so getting your weight will be extremely difficult, but Brett looks to have put down a great bowl.
Oh, that is spectacular.
That is a lot more difficult than it looks, folks. So, Rob will probably go this bowl, Robbie?
I would think so. He's got a couple of seconds there. He's nothing to lose.
And just coming under, but definitely played the right shot there.
Could have been a little bit quicker, maybe. Maybe could have got best of speed on that one. But no, it was a good effort.
It was probably a cross between best of speed and Robbie Allen's speed. Somewhere between 25 k's an hour and 120.
Yeah, big difference, all right.
It's amazing how accurate the big boys are when they are going full tilt. Okay, Brett in control here at 8-2.
Oh, sorry.
So Brett sticking to his forehand, playing round the clock. And Andrew Nuttall, I do believe you're right. Looks like Mick Ryan playing Gordon Wood on the adjacent ring. Another good starter from Brett. Immediately putting pressure on Rob, who's replied with a pretty good bowl on the backhand. Great bowl indeed. Brett sticking to the forehand, trying to reach the jack. Either move the jack or sit out Rob's bowl. Little tight. Okay. Rob now on the backhand. Looks to be a pretty good line. That hand obviously the tighter of the two. Another good bowl from Robert Norquay. Okay, Brett coming back to the backhand now. We're trying to sit on Rob's shot bowl. Looks to be a little wide. Indeed it is. So opportunity here for Rob to get some numbers. Holding one at the moment. Needs to get past Brett's bowl at the front, which is about 18 inches from the kitty. Heading on another good line. Very good bowl. Reaching his own. So, Rob sitting 2 at the moment. First time we've seen Brett on the mat under a little bit of pressure. He's got a couple of options here. The forehand open draw, or to play with a bit of weight on the backhand into the shot bowls, and hoping to sit in there to either knock it back to one or grab shot himself. Playing a pretty good line. Has he got the weight to hold? No, he hasn't. Played the right shot, I believe. But
the weight was good. Yep, just missed that line a little bit.
Yep. So opportunity here for Rob to draw a third shot.
Could be holding 3 already. It just depends on where that jack is between those third shots. Only needs to just nudge it through his own. Any movement of that jack will bring in the fourth one anyway.
Third on the wide side. And just a little overweight. So 2. And could be a measure yet. Using the old calibrated finger method.
I think he's saying it's close enough for probably a tape rather than the measure, or than the fingers. Yeah. A lot of people can get quite accurate with the fingers, but if it's close, and I pride myself in being able to use the fingers pretty good, but if there's any doubt in it, straight away the tape comes out.
I agree with you, Robbie. Although Sam Collier and I played with Wayne Masters. He was the other member of our section yesterday, and Wayne is very good with the fingers. Yep. We still use the tape, but he was right on every occasion.
Some people have just got a good keen eye.
Yeah, Barbara, it's Robbie Allen commentating, not Alan Law. Alan Law did not make it through his section yesterday. He was in a very tough section down at Robina. He played very well as normal, but I believe Jake Rinn from Carina won that section over Alan Law and Frank Obar from Edge Hill in Cairns. Okay, that close enough here to call the umpire.
Yes, the umpire today, Peter Bryan. He's been here every day. Yeah, he gets here around about 7ish every morning. He travels in from Bow Desert, so he's had a lot of travelling to do, but he's keen and he's more than willing to help out at any time.
Yeah.
He's using the laser, and once he sets them up both ways, pushes a button, and then it just gives both readings there so he can see which is which. He was using it the other day, Adam, and it was a dead heat.
Wow.
That goes to a thousandth of I believe of an inch.
Well, probably going to atomic level.
That one there, once
now.
again, equidistance. He's picked a jack up.
So, couldn't be separated.
Yep. And that's for the laser. It's pretty close.
So, they couldn't tell with the laser and they couldn't tell with the fingers. So 2 shots to Rob brings him back to 8-4 deficit.
Yeah, Pete's just showing him the 2 numbers.
Yeah. And we can't thank the umpires enough. I mean, that's a good drive to come in from Bow Desert every day, Robbie.
What I might do is next time Pete's using it, once the results are there, I'll get him to actually bring it up onto in front of the camera so actually people can see what the readings are that he's seeing himself.
Great idea, Robbie.
Be just really interesting to see, actually.
Okay. Now Rob's brought the mat up the green a good 5 or 6 metres from where they'd previously been playing, and he's rolled the jack down towards the tee, and he's immediately put a good first bowl in. Brett now playing the backhand coming back. He was going around the clock to start with on his forehand, but now with that bowl in the way, he's forced Rob back onto the forehand as well. And how were the greens running yesterday, Robbie, down at Benoa?
They weren't too bad considering the dampness that's been around. We had a bit of wind. I struggled to just get the weight. I was happy enough with the line. I just struggled with the weight.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I know you do like a fast track, Robbie.
I do like touch bowls
Yes.
rather than forcing the bowl, but something that I've got to practice on. But once again, to be honest, Adam, I don't get much play, as most people know. I'm sort of in here rather than out there.
And doing a wonderful job.
I enjoy this. So.
Yeah. It's just another facet to the game, that green speeds and moisture and wind. That's why we enjoy it so much. It's never the same 2 days in a row, or very rarely. Okay, Brett under pressure here, and he's running at the jack, and he's gone through a little heavy. So Rob in a position here to add a 4th shot. And from 8-2 down just a minute ago, could be back to all square.
Yes, Rob's certainly taking control of this end. Getting the control of that jack, throwing it where he wants. And yeah, he's got 4 beautiful bowls here.
So Brett, very important here. He's trying to draw and at least cut it down to 3, if not 2, if not 1. Looks to be heading on a pretty good line.
All depends on the speed of the bowl.
Trying to get past that front one, which he's just failed to do.
It was a very good effort, but I do believe he's dropped a handful. Well, not a handful, but a maximum there of 4.
It does appear to be 4, you're right, Robbie. So 8-2 a moment ago to 8-all.
Yes, the marker's holding the 4 pedals up there.
Now, rather than bring the mat up, Rob is keeping it back where that head was.
Saving his feet. You see, he gets sore feet kicking bowls all day, Adam.
Yeah, I know. You had to kick a few yesterday. Okay, keeping the probably just beyond 3/4 length here. So he's building on the success he had on the previous end, trying to maintain that approximate distance. He's a little light on with his first.
You can see the head next door in that inset picture there. Somebody's holding a really couple of good shots on the blue bowls.
Brett now coming on the wide hand. Important to get some good bowls in there straight away. He's dropped 6 shots the last 2 ends. Wants to get back on the horse as soon as he can.
Yes, it knocks you a little bit when you, especially when you drop a 4. Sometimes it can mentally just stay in your head that minute and a half, 2 minutes too long. But
it's such a mind game, singles.
Oh, it certainly is. A psychological warfare out there.
You've got no one else to blame, no one on your team to talk to, only yourself. And you do see people talking aloud to themselves sometimes.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to always talk to somebody who's got a bit of sense, So I often talk to myself, Adam.
Do you answer yourself, Robbie?
Yeah, but I reckon I give me a wrong answer sometimes.
Okay, Rob coming in. Just as it's important for Brett to now get back on the horse, Rob is trying to keep momentum after getting the 6 shots in 2 ends. He hasn't bowled the best end here, but he is holding one.
Bit fortuitous, but I mean, he
Yes.
gave the bowler a chance once again. He was making sure he was going to reach the head.
Yes.
And as everybody says, your luck starts when you reach the head.
Okay, this looks to be a little light on 2. Although it will be, it's run into his own traffic there. Remains 1 down. Little port there on the backhand for Rob to come between Brett's 2 bowls. Looks to be on a good line. And he likes it. The Phoenix running down the rink.
Yes, very nicely played shot.
Yeah,
and he's
lovely weight.
Got another shot there, and he still left some gaps.
Yes.
I'm a bit surprised though that they are going the clubhouse side of the rink. And they started off on the wider side.
Yep.
And they were nailing it pretty good. So I'm not too sure why they've changed, but Rob will be happy with it. He's picked up another couple.
So he's picked up 8 shots in the last 3 ends to go from a 2-8 deficit to a 10-8 lead. Yeah, this is where the mental part of the game really comes in. So Rob on a bit of a high now. He's taking control with this new length that he's found. Brett needs to have a good talk to himself and just get back to the technical good bowling that he's capable of and get some draw shots close to the kitty.
Morning, Rosalie Dickerson. Yep, pleased that you're enjoying our streaming on the cold days here in Rangiora. I remember Rosalie from many years ago used to play indoor bowls. Okay. And Rosalie and Ian, Mum and Dad knew them very, very well, and I got to know them through the indoor bowls.
Yeah. You mean the 30-foot carpet bowls?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Played in a little school hall or somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and winter sport, and you've got to leave halfway through the night sometimes so you don't get snowed in.
I must say, we played indoor carpet bowls at my golf club in Sydney, and a few of us, we entered all the competitions. I did an ACL injury, couldn't play sport, so got right into my carpet bowls and represented New South Wales.
Wow.
in carpet bowls with the old brown shoe brigade.
Yep. This lawn bowl is much better though, because in carpet bowls you play the thirds or skips position and you run it off the mat and you lose shots. I mean,
I often think about it. I don't think I'd ever be able to control the weight on the carpet anymore.
That's it. And here you can actually put it in the ditch and still score instead of losing points. So much better game, this one.
Okay. This looks to be on a good heading, Robbie. Brett really needs to win this end just for his self-confidence.
Once again, they're still staying on that side of the rink. It's quite surprising.
So Brett currently holding 2. Yeah, Rob looks to be a little under here. His weight looks to be good, however, and he has drawn the shot.
Still a bit of room though for Brett to just come round his own bowl or bump his own bowl. Doesn't look that warm out there either, Adam.
No, it's a bit chilly for a Gold Coast day.
A lovely bowl.
Yeah, that's the beautiful draw bowl from Brett Goodchild. A couple of options here for Rob. He's got the shot. Got the second shot. He can go at this bowl, although Brett does have another one to come. Well, there's the danger. He's taken his second shot out, and again Brett sits 2 shots.
So free hit here for Brett. Get him back into the game a bit. He'll be feeling a little bit more comfortable after securing hopefully a 3 here.
Yes, and his last 2 bowls have been very good, Robbie.
Doesn't want to move the jack. Yep, that's it.
So we've got another change in the lead. The 3 shots to Brett Goodchild. $11-10. So first to 21, we're halfway there. Both players are just about halfway there. And it's anyone's game.
It's a quick game, Adam, this singles.
Yes.
Getting trying to get all the cameras sorted out. So you'll have to, I'll apologise for being a little bit quiet.
You're doing a wonderful job, Robbie. You're jack of all trades.
And master of none.
Well, you're mastering the technical aspect of this coverage pretty well. So Brett Goodchild on the forehand, a little heavy and narrow. It is just sitting on the very back of the rink, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to Billy McLeod in Stirling, Scotland. Just down the road from Mary in Fife. So although there's no wind as yet, that wider hand is already becoming a little wider, as perhaps green is drying out a little. The drizzle stopped about 15-20 minutes ago.
And it's looking a bit clearer down that southeast area.
And I've put the commentator's curse on it, and the drizzle just starts again. Rob again tight on that hand, so it gives Brett an opportunity to draw a second shot. Again, very good grass, and his weight looks to be pretty good too. Just about 3 feet behind the kitty. Probably only the one. Rob has better grass here, but he looks to have left his weight behind. So opportunity here for Brett in the rain to draw a second shot. Both players using towels to dry the bowls. We often see some players just go a wet hand on the wet bowl. Others like to keep both their hands and the bowl dry. Very much an individual issue.
Lovely bowl.
Lovely bowl from Brett Goodchild. Second shot.
Okay, a bit of pressure on Rob now to just draw a shot, a second shot.
Looks to be in a pretty good place at this stage.
Looks to have the line. It's just as good a Brett, but we've got it in the inset.
Gone through the gap, and that'll be 2 to Brett Goodchild. 13-10 in front now for Brett.
I did warn them both at the start of the game. I got the 4x2 out in the van, and I'm not scared of using it, but I can, in the heat of the moment, that they like to see it. So we've always got that side camera to work on.
Message from Brad Campbell, Robbie, is Swanee wall edge playing? Not that we know of, Brad. Okay, Brett sticking to his forehand down the clubhouse side. Very good opener.
I'll just quickly show the weather map there. Hang on. Sorry.
So Rob coming down on that same hand. So with the singles, a bit of a sprint, first to 21. As the players get past 10 and into the teens, it's important to stay within 2 or 3 of your opponent if you are behind. Remembering that at once they get to 17 shots, they can get out with a full count. Robbie, a little more direct here for Rob Norquay.
Yeah, very close. Good bowl.
Yeah, great bowl. Sitting the shot bowl out and sitting right behind Jack for 2. Still is room for Brett to draw the shot here. Just ideally just resting on Rob's bowl that is directly behind the Jack. He's not far away.
Very close. Good effort.
Rocks the shot out. Still very close for 2. Rob playing nice grass.
It's coming in beautifully, that hand now.
Another good bowl. May well be setting 3, so some pressure on Brett.
Brett can play his backhand if he's just a little bit tight. He's sitting the shot bowl. If he gets the Jack back a couple of feet, he's going to be holding 3 or 4.
Good point, Robbie. It's the forehand is probably the easiest to perhaps get 1 or cut down to 2, but the backhand is the
right,
trail for 4.
I think he's playing the safe option, just trying to draw in there and just nothing fancy.
He's taken a fair bit of grass and a little too much for that weight. It's a little heavy. So a big opportunity here for Rob to draw what could well be a 4th shot.
Yes, Brett would have been a little bit disappointed with the speed of that one. Just it was the right weight if he'd played the other hand to bring the Jack back, but really all he needed, or all he was probably wanting to do, is just draw and shot a second shot.
So Rob will be trying to just come into those 2 shots on the left of picture. He too looks to be a little heavy though. Disappointed with himself.
This was a good open shot there for him, just open draw.
So
Make
he's
a nice 4.
Yes. So the beauty of singles, Rob's enjoying a little chat with himself as they walk down the green. And is that 3 shots, Robbie?
Yes, Vivian's got 3 pedals up.
3 shots, so we're all square again. We've got an 8-shot sprint to the finish line. Again, he's got the mat halfway up the line, and the jack too is about halfway down the line, so a shorter end coming up here for both Brett and Rob as they fight to the finish. We haven't got a score next door yet, Andrew. We've got... Robbie's only got the 2 hands at the moment, but we'll see if we can get the binoculars going. Good opener from Rob. Good line from Brett, just a little heavy. Olivia Buckingham wishing the cool man in green, Brett Goodchild, all the luck. Let's go Hawks. I'd imagine they'll have the live stream on down there at the club. Just needs to hold his line here, rest in those bowls, but he's just underdone it. So opportunity for Rob to draw a 3rd shot.
And next door, Mick is leading against Gordon, 9-5.
Well done, Dave Baker. You are correct. Mick is leading 9-5 against Gordon Wood. Oh, Rob's just nudged the jack as he slid past there, which has allowed Brett a little more space to draw a shot.
Paul Gilbert's playing Peter Campbell on the one next door after that. And somebody's on the scoreboard. No, Paul Gilbert is leading 15-6 over Peter Campbell. And in the far one, Luke Turner is leading 11-6 over Dan Knight from Ipswich.
Yep.
He won our section yesterday.
So a couple of Hawkies on this green, both going well. So Brett has put a good shot in there and drawn what looked to be shot, and Rob's put one right next to it, very close.
Jared Davis is leading Robbie Hammond 15-8. Not too sure who's on the one next door.
Okay. So we get to the pointy end of this match. Brett trying to draw on the forehand. May well be one down to the square bowl. Looks to be on a very good line. His weight is pretty good too, just cutting under. And do you believe it may be one to Rob with that shot at Jack High?
The one at 3 o'clock.
Yep, the one at 3 o'clock as we look at it. Carla, we've got no news of how Kane's going down at Robina. I believe he's at this stage. But we'll endeavour to get the results in here as soon as possible between matches. Yep, one to Rob for 14-13. Yeah, John Borg, it's Benowa, not Benella, Benowa. Benoa Bowls Club, the Benoa Bees. It is just immediately west of Surfers Paradise, next to the home ground of the Surfers Paradise Demons Australian Football Club.
And they're working on their roof out that building for the Demons at the moment. It was very clanging and clattery and noisy yesterday with them taking up some, looks like colour-bond sheets onto the roof.
Imagine that you would have just put that out of your mind, Robbie, and just continued on with your work.
I could hear it at times when I was marking, but when I was playing I never heard them.
Don't doubt it. Okay, Rob's come in and just touched the jack. Good opening bowl. Brett's staying on the clubhouse hand. Visitor's hand, as Sean Baker calls it. And just coming up a good 3.5 feet short. Each one of those squares is a metre. Rob, nice grass here on the open backhand. Lovely bowl just behind the jack. Brett again sticking to his forehand. Looks to have pretty good weight here. Just needs a nudge off that bowl, which he's just missed, and he's run through the gap.
Once again, beautiful line. These guys that are playing that visitor's hand or visitor's side, they're actually finding it very, very good this morning.
They're making a better fist of it than we've seen on a lot of occasions, Robbie, that's for sure.
The green is a little bit slower than normal with all that moisture overnight and this morning though, Adam, and that does, when the green holds up a little bit in speed like that there, it is a kind of draw on both hands anyway.
A little kinder.
So, yep.
Okay, important bowl for Brett Goodchild. Currently 3 down. A lovely line, but a short once more. So big chance here for Rob to draw a 4th shot and put some big pressure on Brett.
Yep, changing to the wider hand. Safer, that bowl of Brett's was on the running surface. He didn't want to nudge that at all.
No. And he's played a little weight. He's gone round the back just to cover the one at which was the backest bowl, if you like, from Brett.
It was pretty wise. He wasn't being greedy. A lot of people would say, well, just draw another one in. Sometimes it's just wise to take the 3 that you've got there, cover any opportunities that the opposition may try to take, and it's pretty sensible.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a good pickup here for Rob. May well be 3 shots.
That puts him on the springboard.
Yes, he can go out here. Yes, 3 shots indeed. So we've got Rob Norquay 17, leading Brett Goodchild 13. So the Hawkeys are going to have to rally here. Very important that Brett wins this end to stay in touch and lets Rob know that he's not going away. And Michael Bretherton, the rink is in somewhat. So it's certainly not as close to the western bank as it has been on some occasions. So that visitor's hand is playing a little easier. And as Robbie said, with the moisture in the green, it is holding its line quite well. Great opener from Rob. And Brett playing a good, positive bowl straight into the shot bowl.
He needed
knocks
that.
It out.
He played that very, very well. He was making sure he was going to reach and give his bowl every opportunity. As you say, he's got to take the advantage now and try to wrestle that jack back so he can control the length again.
Rob's replied very well, just running into the shot bowl and kicking through. So opportunity for Brett to draw a second. You're right, Michael. The closer the club it is, the harder that hand is, that's for sure. Jack high bowl there for Brett, sitting 2. Rob coming in. This looks like it's on a pretty good line.
Weight looks a little bit better.
It looks to be a pretty good bowl here. Drawing in now, and that'll be shot. Great bowl. So, Brett trying to come in here and nudge that bowl out. Wandering a little wide, perhaps. Good positive weight, just a little wide for that weight, however. Rob, an opportunity here to draw what looks like will be a second shot. Got another Phoenix running down the green following it. He likes it. Weight again looks to be very good. Just running through into a great home. So Brett can't afford to move the jack here either, so he's got to be pretty careful. He's got to just about dead draw this or use Rob's bowl and flick in off it. Playing aggressive weight, looking to move the shot bowl, and he's a bowl and a half wide.
Okay, so not only Rob is on the springboard, he's actually starting to put the foot down to bounce on it a little bit as well.
I like your work there, Robbie. Former diver yourself, mate?
No. Hate water.
Okay, 18-13. Again, important for Brett to try and win this end and put some pressure on Rob, who is bowling very well. Taking a deep breath. The pressure never ceases in singles. It's a good hour and a half of testing your own mental capacity as far as patience and self-confidence goes. Very similar to golf singles play.
It is. Maybe that's why I enjoy it.
There's nothing to throw here. I mean, you can't really throw your bowls, but I know you're not supposed to throw golf sticks either, but I have seen it done.
Now, a few people kick their bowls into the ditch at times.
I have seen that. Okay, another great starter from Rob, and Brett just a little shy. Just lost his weight a little bit in the last half hour or so, and Rob's really found his, and that's probably been the difference. Rob, the more experience of the two bowlers, Brett only having taken the game up 3 years ago, but having great success already. South Tamworth Bowls Club champion, singles. And winner of the New South Wales Rookies. That's a much better bowl from Brett. Probably still the one down. However, a very good bowl in the head. Rob coming down his backhand side. Nice line, but just lacking some weight. This will give Brett an opportunity just to stay on that hand and looking to just touch the jack half a foot. Nice wide grass. It's really swinging in now. That's a great bowl.
That is excellent.
That's a great bowl. So he's definitely sitting one, Brett, and it's going to be a little tricky for Rob to get the shot here. Best option would be to nudge the bowl, the shot bowl, and push the jack back to his backward.
Relatively positive at it.
Certainly is playing good weight. Got a double whammy chance here, which he's done.
And got the result.
Got the result. He did have a target there and he found it. Did need a little bit of luck, but as you say, Robbie, played good weight, played the percentage bowl, and he's got the result. Pressure back on Brett.
He's doing the right thing coming down, having a look now at him. He's got 2 seconds there, but as you can see on the inset there, they're probably 22.5 inches and about 29 inches short of the jack. And he's just... Now that one just fell over as well, so it's
23 inches now.
Yeah, and it's going to take a little bit more of a push to get it rolling.
Yes. He has got a gap there to try and get through those bowls onto the kitty or the shot bowl.
He would have to be ditch weight at least for that to get on that backhand to get that gap.
I think that's what I'd be trying to play at this stage, 18-13. He could sit 3 or at least 2 if it comes off.
He's certainly got to give his bowl a chance and reach it. And he's done that.
It's a little wide for that weight, I believe. He is. So one more to Rob. He's nearly bouncing on that springboard now,
That's
Robbie.
it. But Brett did play the right, I believe, the right choice here. Come through, try to lift his bowl up, maybe get an inside edge of the left-hand yellow one there, anything at all, giving it a chance. And it's just a little bit wide, but a good effort.
So I must say that the Northern Suburbs Phoenix have gathered a lot of players over the last 18 months or so, Robbie, and it's good to see so many of their players playing in the state championships.
It is, Adam. It really is. And they had a very good representation in the deep end of a lot of the events, especially in the ladies' events. There was a lot of them there in the deep end. And they're just going to let the marker know that she's got it on the wrong line.
Robbie was about to bowl and then saw the error. We've all done that before, Vivian. Do not worry about that. Okay. Robbie coming down the open forehand to try and put pressure back on Brett immediately. Bouncing on the springboard. Needs 2 shots for victory. And Brett needs to claw his way back from 13.
Yes, it's important for Brett to actually pick up at least one here, or if not 2. He doesn't want Rob to get to that 20 because it's not too hard to get a single at times, and a lot of people say, oh yeah, the last one is hard, and it does seem to be mentally hard to get that last one. But yeah, Brett's definitely got to try and nail this.
Absolutely.
Just to get that pendulum swinging the other direction.
It's certainly, there are certainly some tales of woe for people that have been stuck on 20 and never got off it.
That's right, yep. And of course, Rob, he's really got to try and nail it. They've left themselves probably, 19, 20 inches here.
Probably 23.
Oh, I wouldn't say 23, no. That's only about probably 19 3/4.
I'll take your word, Robbie.
Brett's
Here's
played
a very
very
good,
well.
Very good shot under pressure. So Rob's got to put this, a good second shot be good, but as long as he's behind, looks like he might be going big here. He's very aggressive line. He does have a backward now, but Brett has 2 very good shots with 2 bowls to come. Singles can change so quickly, Robbie.
It certainly can. Brett wants to put another counter in there without being too close, though. Yep. Leave the gaps.
As you say, just with the great players we've had in the commentary booth here, Chris Pavlov and Ryan Vester, we learn a lot about the heads, and it's important to leave some gaps there.
So the pressure's now back on Rob. He'll be wanting to get at least 3rd shot.
She may not have done. Big opportunity here for Brett to draw for perhaps 4 and put himself on the springboard.
Yeah, it looks to be 3 now.
He's definitely drawn a 4th, or drawn another one with this, and it, as you say, it does appear to have been 3 already. Could well be 4. We've got 2 players sharing the springboard.
Oh, that was Rob's drive that he had there. He had a second shot and he could see the shot, but that may be costly for him.
Four shots indeed. Yep. So a very good end for Brett Goodchild from the Hawks. 17-19. Brett in charge of the mat and kitty, and he's taken the mat up the line of fairway and rolled the kitty down towards the tee. So we'll have a medium length end with the kitty deep in the green. Okay, good to see Brett switch back onto the wide hand there, Robbie, and he's opened up with a terrific bowl.
Yep.
This is an absolute cracker for our first game of singles in the post-sectionals.
I see some of the games up on the other green, a couple of them have finished, I believe, already.
Robbie coming down his backhand as well. You can see the different bowls take different grass. Although he was a little under there, it certainly didn't go as wide as Brett did with his Aero Optimers. Looks to be another good bowl from Brett. As Ryan Bester has said all along, a bowl between the jack and the ditch is always in the game. This looks to be a very good reply from Rob. Aggressive weight. Probably needs to get back on the draw, Robbie.
He needs to get something around that head area. Got to draw a second shot. If Rob can draw a second shot, then he can maybe work with something with his last bowl.
Yes. And now Brett's put pressure immediately back on him. Very, as you say, very important for Rob to draw a second shot. He has gone back to the draw, but
looks to be better speed.
Does. Just underdone. Brett sitting 2. Opportunity to draw a 3. Probably doesn't want to sit one on the open side there to leave Rob something to sit on.
He won't want to leave a shoulder. I was quite surprised. I thought he might have played the forehand just to cover this back blue.
Agree, Robbie. Well, he certainly hasn't left a shoulder for him to sit on. Rob's going to have to draw the shot the traditional way. Looks to have a little more grass than his previous, but maybe a bit too much weight. Running through the head, so that'll be 2 to Brett. We've got 19 all, ladies and gentlemen. Both sharing the same position on the springboard,
yep,
Robbie.
That's it. Both got their toes over the front edge of it.
We're getting some news come in from Robina. Thanks, Shillo. Kane confirming that Kane Nelson has won through to the next round. And also Gary Pearson, who sounds like he's beaten, I believe he was playing Dean McWhinney. So that's a very good win from Pearso. Dean's been in terrific form all tournament, having just won the men's pairs with his brother Dale. Okay.
Very important end, this one, Adam. It could be the last end for one of these gentlemen. And it all depends on who nails it first.
It is interesting, Robbie, how Brett's had much more success on the draw since he's come back to this side.
Yes, since he came back to the kind of hand. you know it's going to come in all the time.
Yeah, Robbie's been a little tight his last few ends.
He's just missing his line.
Both had pretty good weight there, but big difference in grass. Another bowl from Brett looks to be going to finish in the head, just behind the kitty. Very good bowl. Rob again, pretty good weight, but just a tiny bit narrow. Close for shot. Very close between the jack high yellow and the short blue. This looks to be on a good line from Brett. Trying to reach Rob's bowl and certainly not touch it over.
Okay, this puts Rob in the front seat at the moment. If he can just reach that yellow bowl of Brett's, just get on the inside of it, just tip it out.
Looks to be lovely grass.
But instead he'll just draw a front toucher.
What a great bowl.
Just
great bowl under pressure, Rob. Now, Brett having a good look to see if he in fact has second shot or whether Rob in fact sits match at the moment. We can't get a great indication from here. It's very close between the very front blue of Rob Norquay's and the jack high yellow of Brett Goodchild's. Now, if Brett can just get a touch on this, he can get shot. But it's very important that he stays in around that jack somewhere and gets at least confirms that he gets second shot. He's playing aggressively. He's gone wide. He's going to take his own shot out.
Take his own out.
Just missed it.
What he was thinking there, if he did hit that in, because it wasn't a toucher, the jack would have gone back in the ditch. He would have been holding game. A pretty bold sort of shot to play.
Was a bold shot.
But, you know, if you want to win the game, you've got to take those opportunities when they're there.
Under pressure, some players do like to play the on shot.
Higher percentage a lot of the times.
Yep. So Rob, it's a measure for second shot at this stage, but if he draws a second shot here, he will be the victor. Got good grass again, Robbie.
Got very good grass there. Weight's looking pretty sweet as well.
This is a great bowl from Robert Norquay.
Yep.
That'll be second shot, and what a great match it has been. But Rob Norquay of the Northern Suburbs Phoenix has defeated Brett Goodchild 21-19.
An excellent game for us.
And a high quality match for two guys that have done well to get through their sections and going to be promising bowlers in the future.
Absolutely. No, it was a pleasure to watch that game and a pleasure to call it with you too, Adam. But I do appreciate that you have got to head away very shortly. You've got a game of singles on this morning. Good luck with that.
Thank you, Robbie.
And I'm just hoping somebody is going to turn up here. Otherwise,
I think.
I think Junior is.
I think Junior will be on his way up.
But other than that, there's a lot of losers out there this morning. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say. There's a lot of people who came second out there this morning.
Absolutely, Robbie. I know what you mean.
I've got to reiterate. Sorry for using that other word. And there'll be one or two of them that will be quite happy to just come in here and sit and give us a bit of help anyway. So,
I'm aware.
But thank you very much for your call this morning.
Thank you, Robbie. Lovely to be on the microphone with you.
Okay, well, just now I'll let you go through those main ones.
Just before I do, we'll try and during the break we'll try and get updates from Bowls Queensland on all the results around the grounds in both the women's and men's singles.
They are available on their
and they are on the website.
Yep, just under events, and then just go down to the singles one. Click on that, and you'll get the results. Okay, this live streaming by Bowls Gold Coast Tweed Media Team is brought to you by
Bowls Queensland, Experience Gold Coast, and the Queensland State Government. Containers for Change, our major sponsor of the Bowls Queensland State Championships women's and men's singles events. We'd like to thank them very much for their support. Make change at your club. Become a Containers for Change partner and start recycling containers with our free bins and collections. Every empty container can earn your Bowls Club 10 cents to help fund social functions, new equipment, donations to charity and more. We thank Containers for Change very much for their support. We'd also like to thank the host club here, Musgrave Hills Bowls Club, for making their facilities available for these 2024 state championships. Thanks also to the many other venues that are being used. We'd also like to thank the umpires, greenkeepers, bar staff, bistro staff, and all the volunteers for their support of this event. Bowls Queensland is proudly sponsored and supported by Mullins, More Than Law, Queensland State Government, BCIB Insurance Brokers, ACET Sport, J. Carroll Club Promotions, and Bioscapes Group. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back probably 20 minutes to half an hour for the next round. So go and make yourselves a cup of tea or crack a beer, whatever you want to do at this stage of the day.
Cup of tea or coffee is a good time at this time of the day, Adam. Gee, you should know better.
And we'll see you back here shortly.
Okay,
Thanks
we'll see us all later. Thanks, Adam. Bye-bye.
Every year in Queensland, we use more than 3 billion drink containers. Yet many of these are recyclable and can be kept from ending up as landfill. Queensland's container refund scheme, Containers for Change, is funded by the beverage manufacturers who produce these drinks. Every eligible container earns a 10-cent refund, which you can keep or donate to a good cause. Every container returned to a refund point is sorted, processed and recycled, starting a new life as a whole range of products. With a vision to ensure no container goes to waste, Containers for Change works with organisations across Queensland to help them achieve their sustainability goals. We provide a range of collection solutions to suit and can provide reports to track the progress of your organisation and its impact. You'll be surprised how quickly the money refunded to your business by Containers for Change grows too. It's a great way to generate extra income for staff incentives and social activities, or to donate to a cause that matters to your team. Starting your sustainability journey with us is easy, and with your help, Containers for Change is making a world of difference to individuals, charities, community groups, and our environment.